Check this out. Eminem walks on water. It's all happening.
Static selector.
Marshall Mathers been leaving a lot of breadcrumbs over the past couple of weeks. We knew he was officially back in album cycle mode when he drew a line in the sand during the BET Hip Hop Awards Cypher, easily the most talked about verse of the year. His faithful attorney at law, Paul Rosenberg, pulled a mean sleight of hand on IG last month when he posted about Yelawolf's latest release, Trial by Fire, in a very sneaky position. What looks like a prescription pill advertisement is actually an ad for M's next release. It's called Revival. The whole package is amazingly tight. If you travel down the wormhole, you'll find the Revival website actually works. It takes you to what looks like a pharmaceutical company website that provides the health benefits of AR. The phone number works as well. It takes you to a 2-minute voicemail message on Revival and how it fights against AR again as well. It even has lose yourself references all littered throughout, and all of this is over an elevator music version of I Need a Doctor by M. Dre and Skylar Grey. You can't make this up. Here's a clip.
The #1 slightly invasive treatment for Atrox for thymus. You only get one shot to beat AR. Don't miss your chance with Revival. Please hold to speak to a patient care representative.
Thematically, everything seems in line, but what would the music sound like? Think about what we got so far. We've got the BET Hip Hop Cypher where he goes straight at Trump. We've got an opioid crisis in America while announcing a project through a fake pharmaceutical ad littered with lose yourself references. Do we think that Eminem is coming more serious this time, more socio-political potentially? We get our first glimpse this week with Walk on Water featuring Beyonce. From Mike the Plug, this is an extremely vulnerable Eminem. He's kicking bars over piano keys and strings only, no drums, which is something I'm absolutely a fan of, especially from lyrical MCs. Planet Asia and Apollo Brown on Anchovies, they leave the drums out of the majority of the songs on that project. That joint is great. Completely different sound, but a directionally similar approach. Overall, there's a melancholy nature to the composition that matches M's reflectiveness. Last year we did a breakdown called Eminem Reluctant Rap God. It's all about how Eminem's arguably the greatest rapper of all time. He's super plaqued up while being a super MC, and yet in a genre where MCs regularly call out their own greatness or goatness, M always finds a way to pull the final punch. He has a song called Goat, for example, yet he makes sure that the hook goes I'm a goat as opposed to I'm the goat. On Evil Twin, which is on Marshall Mathers 2, he comes close to saying he's the best when listing his top 4, but still leaves room for interpretation. Even on Rap God, the Supreme MC is only beginning to feel like a rap god. Still one of my favorite M tracks though. Again, for an MC who's touched every level of lyrical and commercial success, M's amazingly reluctant to call himself the greatest of all time. Now that piece, Eminem Reluctant Rap God, the piece we did last year, it poses a theory as to why that's the case. Check it out if you're interested. But away from that, if the last time we saw Eminem, he was beginning to feel like a rap god, on this track, Walk on Water, he's starting to sound like he settled for a dream deferred. Check this out. The end of the second verse ends like this. Kids look to me as a god, this is retarded. If only they knew it's a facade and it's exhaustive. And I try not to listen to nonsense, but if you bitches are trying to strip me of my confidence, mission accomplished. I'm not God sent. Nas, Rakim, Pac, Big, James Todd Smith, and I'm not Prince. I love how that verse ends. Nas, God's son. Rakim, the God. Biggie and Pac, godlike figures in hip hop. James Todd Smith created the term GOAT. He's one of Eminem's favorite rappers of all time. I heard a story this week actually that the gold chain Eminem's wearing in the BET Cypher was given to him by LL Cool J. If that's the case, that's dope as hell too. But you look at Prince. Prince is a godlike musician, a bit of a recluse. He passed away from prescription pill overdose. There's a lot going on in those last few bars. It's also really interesting to hear M acknowledge his struggle to top his previous successes. He calls it the curse of the standard, the first Marshall Mathers disc set. He's right, that album is still a classic. We also hear him wonder aloud whether releasing new music will tarnish his old legacy, which is extremely timely. DJ Booth posted a great piece about whether artists should burn out or fade away recently. And this is from the article, sub question, is it in fact unfair to criticize a formerly great artist for his latter-day sin? Is it better to burn out or fade away? Big shout out to Dead End Hip Hop, Mike Seatown, Mr. Ken, FIFO. They had me and also Justin from All Def Digital on their show last week to discuss this very topic. The video's coming soon. It was an honor to be on the show. But Walk on Water essentially finds Eminem having a similar conversation with himself. And if you really think about it, M's probably received more criticism than praise on his projects since Eminem's show, definitely since 8 Mile. Sure, his BET Cypher folded the World Wide Web, but many felt like Doja Boy Slim. He left this comment in the comment section of our Eminem White America piece. Love the message, but I heard him flow a lot better. Eminem put a lot of focus into the evolution of his style, his delivery over the years. In 2005, he was talking to XXL Magazine about how on Toy Soldiers, every word lands on the drum beat. During that same press run, he told Vibe how he was working on making his flow land inside of the beat. So if you look at that in conjunction with his pills addiction, he told Jonathan Ross that one of the ways he was able to stay clean was by running 17 miles a day. There's a manic nature that comes with running nearly a marathon a day. And I believe that we could see that in the evolution of his style, his lyrical evolution. He is far away from the flow that he entered the game with Slim Shady LP, Marshall Mathers LP. Now, that flow tends to be more criticized more often. That's what comes to mind when I hear him rhyme. There was a time when I had the world by the balls, eating out of my palm. Every album song I was spazzing the fuck out on. Now I'm getting clowned on and frowned on. The point is this, Walk on Water is gonna be massively successful. Eminem and Beyonce on the same track guarantees that, Yeezus. But hearing a sober, somber Eminem is the story here. The overall picture, the theme is starting to come together. Revival's the third in the R series of albums, relapse, recovery, revival, and there's a redemptive theme to this song as well as the album's positioning. What stuck with me most though is that in a lot of ways, Walk on Water feels like Rabbit Run Part 2, after the race is complete. He grabbed his half a chance and has been chasing his legacy in the decade and a half since. Both revel in self-doubt and self-awareness wrapped in creative struggle. They even both have paper crumpling in the background, amplifying his battle against writer's block, his war against himself. But at this point, is it even possible to please Eminem fans, let alone outdo his own GOAT-level legacy? Should he even want to? Is it better for older artists to rap about new experiences? I don't have the answers to these questions.
Static selector.
Another Saturday, another TBD. Thank you guys for rocking with us each and every week. We appreciate it. When an Eminem drops a new track out of nowhere, you kind of got to say something about it. So this is my initial reactions to it. I've also been thinking about doing more reaction videos. I'm not necessarily sold on it yet. We'll see where it goes. But here's a couple of other points though. There's a great proof shout out in this song. Make sure you check that out. There's a shout out to Speedum from Tech Nine, a collaboration he did with Tech Nine. If you haven't heard that track, Punch Yourself in the Face, that was a dope shout. I was happy to see that. Overall, I like the whole tone and temperature of this project. I like introspective Eminem. I want to hear people be able to address things in their life from a different perspective. That's one of the reasons why I don't think rappers should feel the need to retire. Hip hop's only 44 years old, son. Eventually, people are going to be old enough to know that they could be doing this forever, and I'm excited to see cats like Eminem continue to push the margins. I can't wait to hear this track, hear the rest of this album, excuse me. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comment section if this song is dope. If it's not dope, let us know. Like, subscribe to the channel, follow @TheCompanyMan on everything. It's all happening.